testing, testing. Plainville Community Schools. I'm about a foot away from my mouth. Foot away from my mouth. Foot away from my mouth. Hello, hello. Testing, testing. Plainville, Plainville. I'll probably talk a little louder during this. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I gotta. It's faint. I almost need to turn up the gain on this thing. Hello. Okay. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. What about your frequency idea? If we were to just get one mic. That's
10 decibel boost.
That's pretty significant.
I can only do it in range 10.
What was it at, 0?
Negative 30.
Oh, jeez.
Well, it's at negative 20 now.
Hello, hello, Kevin.
Yeah, there you go.
Hello.
This is streaming, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
Why don't we go down, put on the thing, talk, and we'll see what the stream sounds like over there.
Check, check. Thumbs up if we're good. Check, check.
That wasn't a thumb. Check, check. If this is what we go with, can we use some of your tape here?
Oh yeah. Actually, that was just here. I think it's
Oh, is it?
nutmegs. Yeah.
We're good? Okay. Fantastic. I'm going to mount it and we're going to try again. Oh, I want that there.
I remember to talk like the kid does. Hey, how's everyone doing out there today? Everything's good. I'm talking a little lower too, just to see, cause we don't know how that's gonna go. So we're just talking a little lower, a little louder, a little far away. See how you pick that up. How's everything? Test, 1, 2.
Still got plenty of gain boost if we need to, but
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
It's going to pick up a ton of wind noise.
Oh, that one.
Oh, yeah. That's why it's the backup.
Throw a little tape on the outside.
Good?
Good. Awesome.
Good. Perfect.
All right. Thank you, man. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
Look at you. I was like, if there was a way, I mean, I'll take my 300 feet of XLR and run it all.
Oh, no. Yours is
Good evening. I am Daryl Granalt, president of the senior class. I am honored to welcome you to the 94th commencement exercises of the Plainville High School class of 2021. At this time, I ask that everyone please rise and observe a moment of silence for two individuals we lost in our PHS family this year. Mr. Steve Compson, PHS social studies teacher for 34 years and dedicated athletic coach who lost his battle with ALS this past summer. Additionally, Chief Matthew Catania of the Plainville Police Department, who was a great friend of PHS. At this time, I ask that you please remain standing and join us in honoring America as the national anthem is performed by Plainville High School seniors Kyle Bedoric and Catherine Gorko, who will play a trombone duet of the Star-Spangled Banner. Thank you, Kyle and Catherine. I would like to extend a warm welcome to Mrs. Becky Tyrell, Chairwoman of the Board of Education, Mrs. Catherine Puglisi, Chairwoman of the Town Council, and the members of the Plainville Town Council and Board of Education in attendance, Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Stephen LePage, Assistant Superintendent of Schools, Mr. David Lewandowski, Plainville Schools administrators, faculty and staff of Plainville High School, family, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2021. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome Mrs. Kathy Puglisi, Plainville Town Council Chair, to present a proclamation to the class of 2021.
Good evening, everybody, and boy, you look wonderful tonight. What a handsome group of young people graduating from Plainville High School. Congratulations to you. I would first like to begin by thanking Superintendent LePage and Principal Johnson for inviting me to celebrate the class of 2021. My message is brief as I bring you congratulations from the Plainville Town Council. Your accomplishment is outstanding, and we applaud all the time and energy you invested to become PHS graduates. Please know that all the support you received along the way cannot be underestimated, but here we are as you stand before us. Do not forget the success we celebrate tonight is only because you did the work, completed the assignments, wrote the papers, and persevered during the most impossibly challenging times. You showed up and you made a difference. Please remember all you have learned as you go forward, and take care of yourself. Be kind, help those in need, and most importantly, be happy. So with that, I would like to read to you a proclamation from the Town Council to the class of 2021. Whereas the majority of the incoming Plainville kindergarten class of 2008 now sit proudly before family, teachers, and friends as the Plainville High School graduation class of 2021. And whereas learning is a lifelong endeavor of growth and self-discovery. And whereas, while adjusting to many changes and accepting modifications encountered due to the COVID-19 pandemic, are we not tired of that? The class of 2021 has demonstrated tremendous resilience, hard work, and fortitude despite the challenges. And whereas education is vitally important for personal achievement today, more than ever, with profound economic and technological changes to our society reflected in the nature and opportunities of employment. And whereas persistence and the commitment of time and talent have prepared each graduate for circumstances and hurdles they will confront in future career opportunities, as well as in everyday life. And now, therefore, we, the members of the Plainville Town Council, on behalf of all of our citizens, do hereby offer congratulations and best wishes for a joyful and fulfilling life to the Plainville High School graduation class of 2021, stated at Plainville, Connecticut, this 10th day of June, 2021. It is signed by myself, Deborah Tompkins, Vice Chairwoman, Jesse Nazo, Rosemarie Moranti, Jacob Rocco, David Underwood, and Christopher Wazorko. Again, sincerest, heartfelt congratulations. You've done a great job under the most trying circumstances, and please enjoy every moment of this evening. Congratulations all.
It is my privilege to introduce Mrs. Becky Tyrell, Chair of the Plainville Community Schools Board of Education.
Okay, I almost got taken out by the flags, but maybe that's not a good sign. Superintendent LePage, fellow members of the Board of Education, Principal Johnson, faculty, staff, parents, families and friends, and members of the class of 2021. Good evening, and a nice evening it is. It is my pleasure and honor to be here on behalf of the Board of Education to speak at your graduation. Speaking at graduation is always a challenge, seeking to say something that you will find relevant or useful. The last time I spoke at graduation, it was 2011. Superintendent LePage was high school principal LePage, and you, our graduates, were 7 or 8 years old, maybe third grade, second grade. So you would think after 10 years, and especially after what you have endured for the past 15 months, the message to high school graduates might be different. But truthfully, it is not. The important messages have just gotten more important. So here are my top 4 most important things for you to consider. Number 1 is be hopeful. It takes a great deal of work to fight against the negativity that surrounds us. And it's even more important to spread hope. The most amazing thing is that it doesn't take a very big act to make a great difference. It gives us the sense that we're united and allows us to accomplish almost anything together. Margaret Mead's most famous quote is so true. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. So I like this other quote, which is very much lesser known, but it says kind of the same thing. If you think one person can't make a difference in the world, consider what one cigar can do in a 9-room house. Yeah, my kids told me not to use that. So that was my, I had an uncle that smoked cigars, and before he even got in the house, you knew he was coming. So I don't know. We don't live in a 9-room house. But anyway, so that was my attempt at humor, which is my second important thing. So I guess I failed at that. So we certainly needed a lot of humor to get through this year. And in 2011, a student had a quote in the yearbook from her uncle. And he said, "Sometimes life is a little crazy, so you gotta be a little crazy back." And I love that sentiment, because if you don't laugh at life once in a while, and especially at yourself, you're gonna lose many opportunities to see things from a different point of view. Think about it. If you want to work with someone who has a different experience than you, you have to be able to share things, to make connections, and humor is important in every relationship. So keep laughing, hopefully at better jokes than mine. Third is find your passion. And I'm sure you have heard that one a lot. And I think it sounds scary because many of you might not know what that is right now at this milestone in your life. But my advice is to try things, lots of things. Figure out what makes you happy. So that also means that you'll figure out what doesn't make you happy. And you might spend some time doing some of those things first. But that's okay, because it will help you get to the path that suits you best. Find a way to make your work important to your life. And don't worry if it takes a while. Some of us are late bloomers, guilty as charged. There's all kinds of research that tells us that people who are personally invested in their jobs are happier and more productive. But you don't need research to know this. You've just spent 13 years surrounded by teachers, administrators, coaches, paraprofessionals, office and custodial staff that have shown you what it means to have passion for what they do. So they have been great role models. My last and perhaps most important thing is kindness. I can't overstate the power of kindness. It's just so simple. Treat other people the way you want to be treated. I don't have to tell you that we live in a divided world and that we face some really difficult challenges, and we need to find common ground. And I don't want to oversimplify these challenges and say that we can overcome them just by being kind to each other, but it's a great first step. Without it, I don't see how we move on to find the solutions that we need. So as I offer you my congratulations and best wishes in the future, I hope you find a way to live your lives with hope, humor, passion, and kindness. These are important qualities for all citizens, but especially for leaders, and we really need leaders. 10 years from now, when the class of 2031 is seated for graduation, I hope some of you will be their role models and leaders. Who knows? Maybe one of you will have the awesome honor of speaking to a group of graduates someday. It is an honor that I will always treasure. Thank you so much. Congratulations, and have a great evening.
At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Stephen LePage, Superintendent of Schools, to address the class of 2021.
Thank you. Good evening, Board of Education Chairwoman Tyrell and members of the Board of Education, Town Council Chairwoman Puglisi, and local dignitaries, members of the active military I see in the audience, administrators, teachers and staff, parents and families, and members of the graduating class of 2021. It is my true honor to serve as Plainville Superintendent of Schools and to address you here tonight. You may have noticed that I have a very difficult time, I know the parents have noticed, limiting the length of my speeches, emails, presentations, pretty much everything. I suppose we all have our flaws, and this is one of mine that I'm working on. Toward the goal of brevity, I wrote my yearbook message with the intent of also using it as the majority of my graduation message tonight, as I did last year. I thought this made sense. After all, the yearbook advisors put a very strict limit on how many words I was allowed to use, so this helped me to focus and shorten my message. My hope is that this message will resonate. I'm pretty sure that you will forget what I say tonight, but if you ever want some inspiring words from your super, just find my message in your yearbook. I was told the theme of this yearbook would be Diary of a 2021 Graduate, a year like no other. And that sure held true. So here's my concise yet heartfelt message to you, class of 2021. A diary provides an opportunity to reflect and to journal about our life experiences and our memories. This can be done to either reflect on what has occurred or to memorialize special events for reading and recalling at a later time. A diary is often a collection of your most private, innermost thoughts. In writing a diary entry about this class, I would summarize my feelings under two themes: I'm sorry and congratulations. I'm sorry that you had to endure so much. In addition to the typical high school challenges, you experienced a once-in-a-lifetime amount of change, disruption, hardship, and loss. Whether or not you made it through the entire pandemic, evading personal or family health impacts from COVID-19, you're all asked to endure so much. Despite your high school administration and staff's efforts to make your experience as meaningful and as special as possible, you had to sacrifice many of the traditions, experiences, and mask-free memories that most previous classes have enjoyed. I'm sorry that the last 15 months of your high school experience were so different and so difficult in so many ways. However, I also want to offer my congratulations, encouragement, and hope, because resilience through these challenges has strengthened you and built your resolve and your perseverance. These lessons will help you endure the inevitable challenges you will face throughout your life. Our human condition is one which includes many tests and trials, and they often come without warning nor instructions on how to manage them. In order to move forward through the darker times and maintain hope and optimism for the brighter days ahead, one must experience and push through the low points in life. By persevering through this most incredible year of challenges and setbacks and striving to persist through it all on your journey that led to today, you have learned much more from high school than most past Plainville graduates. So class of 2021, I encourage you to acknowledge your strength and your capability to take what comes your way and to rise above it. The greatest views are almost always found after the longest and most grueling climbs. So set your course, work hard, and keep moving forward with your eyes on the prize you seek at the summit of your own personal mountain. When you reach that summit, look from a new perspective. Map out your next journey and keep moving forward. Life is a series of mountains with peaks and valleys to be experienced and overcome. Remember, you survived and thrived throughout this year. You can overcome anything the future brings your way. I extend my gratitude and congratulations to all of you who are here today, who are part of shaping these graduates through the many big and small moments that led to tonight's milestone celebration. Parents, family, teachers, advisors, coaches, administrators, board members, and everyone who had a hand in the development of this class of 2021. Thank you, and job well done. On behalf of the staff and administration of Plainville Community Schools, I congratulate you, the members of the class of 2021, on your commencement. When you go forth into the world in pursuit of your goals, always remember and be proud of where you came from. Plainville is a special community, and you'll always be a member of this Plainville Blue Devil family. And I may see some of you for a job interview in a few years. I've hired dozens of former students, so you never know. If you go into education, come see me. Mrs. Tyrell, Chairwoman of the Plainville Board of Education, at this time, I hereby certify that the members of the class of 2021 seated before us have met the graduation requirements of the Plainville Board of Education in the state of Connecticut. And it is my pleasure to present to you the class of 2021. Congratulations.
This year, the class of 2021 voted to have a faculty member deliver the remarks to the graduating class. Please welcome PHS faculty member, Ms. Kaylin Guadarrama, Plainville High School World Language Department teacher, instructional leader, Plainville High School graduate, and mother to Lauren Guadarrama, graduating member of the class of 2021.
Good evening, class of 2021. I would like to begin by first congratulating you all on your tremendous accomplishments. Thank you for inviting me to speak on one of the most exciting and significant events in your lives. It is truly an honor to be a part of your special evening. On behalf of all of your teachers, I would like to express my sincere gratitude for having had the opportunity to be in some small way a part of your lives' journeys over the past 4 years. It has brought us great joy watching you all learn and grow, discovering who you are as people and where your passions lie, whether that be in the classroom, on the field, the court, the track, in the auditorium, or interning out in the community. It has been such a pleasure to witness and celebrate alongside you the many successes you have all had during your high school careers. As you close out this high school chapter of your lives and embark on all of your new and exciting adventures, I ask that you always remember where you came from, that you always remember that you come from this incredible community of people who will always support you and encourage you along your life's journeys. Plainville High School is a very special place. It is and always has been my personal home away from home. It is where I discovered my passions, particularly my passion for the Spanish language. It is where I was always supported and encouraged by teachers and coaches who became my school family and ultimately inspired me to become a teacher as well. I wasn't sure I was going to admit this, but exactly 20 years ago this June, I walked across that very stage as a Plainville High School graduate myself. Even though that was a very long time ago, I can still remember exactly what it felt like that evening as I was sitting through that ceremony as a student. It felt very much like it feels tonight, speaking to you as a teacher. It is a mix of emotions ranging from sadness to joy, anxiousness to excitement. My ECE students can tell you that I cried during their final presentations last week, and again during our last class this week, and again while signing some of their yearbooks. My tears, however, were not grounded in sadness, but rather they were grounded in joy. I do have a certain sense of sadness, yes, because I'm going to miss working and learning with you every day. But my tears were really about joy. First, because I am so incredibly proud of how far you have come, particularly in your academics. Quick shout out to Kayla, Katie, Courtney, Jeremy, Chris, and Marcelina for choosing to have their world language proficiency levels assessed and surpassing the national testing requirements and earning the Connecticut Seal of Biliteracy. I had to get that in there, guys. You worked so hard and you're biliterates. So yes, obviously I'm extremely proud of all of your academic achievements, but I am mostly so incredibly proud of your overall achievement and growth as young adults. My tears of joy this week were not just about how proud I am of you all. They were also because you all have become my school family, in my home away from home. And I know that that is something that is unbreakable. No matter how far you move, or what exciting and wonderful things you all will do with your futures, all of us are connected. Every single one of you is a part of the Plainville High School family, and that will always be true. 2 years, 5, 20, regardless of the time that passes, that will always remain true. So while I am sad that I won't see you every day, I am also so happy to know that this is not goodbye, but rather I can't wait to see you and welcome you home again. I will say, on behalf of all of your teachers, coaches, guidance counselors, and administrators, I will say that we are all so excited for all of you and cannot wait for you to come back home and share with us all of the amazing things you will have done with your futures. So always remember where you came from. Always remember that Plainville High School will always be your home away from home, and its doors will always be open to you. I will leave you this evening with the motto that will forever connect us all. Once a Blue Devil, always a Blue Devil. Congratulations again on your tremendous accomplishments. Thank you.
It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce the Salutatorian of the class of 2021 to deliver her address. Please welcome Catherine Gorko.
Good evening, everyone. Let me begin my speech by offering a huge congratulations to the class of 2021. We made it. It was our consistent effort and unwavering dedication over the past 12 years that has led us here to graduation, an achievement that will be officially recognized and celebrated tonight by friends, family, and most importantly, ourselves. Of course, we had a lot of help along the way that should also be recognized. And so, on the behalf of the class of 2021, I would like to express my immense gratitude to the district's teachers, staff, administration, and everyone here that came to witness this momentous occasion. Your continued guidance and support made this long, arduous journey a little easier to manage. Thank you. Now, I'm going to be honest. When I was told I was to speak at graduation as Salutatorian, I had absolutely no clue what that entailed. The longest speech I have given thus far in my life was during freshman year in my Regents class to an audience of 20 kids. This, as I'm sure everyone can imagine, is an entirely different experience. So, as any normal high schooler with a question, I Googled it. But as I quickly realized, Lynn from WikiHow was probably not the best source to rely on, especially for this task of importance. So, instead, I have decided to tell a brief story of an experience I had from what feels like the not-so-recent past. A few weeks ago, on a school night, my younger sister asked me if I wanted to watch a movie with her. As a senior with a raging case of senioritis, I immediately agreed. And so, I sat myself down on the couch with a fuzzy blanket and a bag of chips, and began what is the at least 30-minute long, always anger-inducing process of choosing a film. After an abnormally short argument, we finally agreed on one of our childhood favorites that exposed to us at an early age the realities of corporate corruption, Monsters, Inc. And before I start receiving any additional strange looks, I promise there is a point to this story. I will refrain from going into too much detail, as I'm sure many of you are familiar with the movie's plot, but I do want to focus on a key detail which for years I failed to understand the meaning of: the doors. Each one leads to a different place, a different child, and a different life. In the movie, the monsters entered these doors with the sole purpose of scaring. They believed that it was the only way to collect energy and sustain their society. However, in the end, they realized that there are other options available, which in their case happens to be laughter. And so, I came to an interesting conclusion that seemingly insignificant night. We are the monsters. The doors represent the paths that each of us can take. What we decide to do once we go through is up to us. Whether our future is full of fear, joy, sorrow, happiness, or all of the above directly depends on our decisions and actions. Our life is what we make of it, and our choices are our own. In this moment, right now, is the first of many new doors which we must step through during our lifetime. And whether your door takes you to college, university, a trade, the military, or anything and everything else, just know that you have the capability to control who you become and how you live your life. As the famous saying goes, once one door closes, another door opens. And although the door of our high school careers is closing tonight, tomorrow there will be more doors to explore. Thank you, and good luck to the class of 2021. Your future awaits. At this time, I ask that you turn your attention to the Plainville High School Band, who will perform Soak Up the Sun.
Thank you to the Plainville High School Band for that performance. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome the valedictorian of the class of 2021, Kayla Wiz.
Katie, I just want to say, I love that. That was great. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us tonight to celebrate the class of 2021. I really think they all deserve another big round of applause. Before I begin my speech that, let's be honest, not everyone will pay close attention to, I want to thank God, my mom and dad, my sister, my friends and family, and my teachers for getting me to where I am today. I would seriously not be here without you guys. I also want to give a shout out to my aunt, who repeatedly reminded me at every family event to do the extra credit. Don't worry, I'm here giving the speech now. You can breathe. As an insanely small school in what seems like an even smaller town, I think that it is safe to say we have grown relatively close as a class. Freshman year, we ran around school listening to the yodeling kid in Walmart and struggled to comprehend Romeo and Juliet. We really acted like the typical weird, erratic high school freshman. We walked around the school in freshman academy and started to wonder what we would do with our lives. But that thought was short-lived because we had to go play chook ball in gym next block. Or if it was winter, you had to go swimming in the pool that seemed to never warm up. This is when we slowly adapted to our new environment, where we were grown enough to be in high school, but the seniors already had beards. By the time Old Town Road was blasted on literally every radio station, we were established sophomores and already cruising through our high school careers. Some of us were plagued by modern Euro papers and quickly learned that we did not, in fact, have good time management yet. You know you tried to act like you had it all together, but we all failed those Palmer assessments. This was all relieved, though, when we all sat down to have a peaceful lunch in the cafeteria. That is until the random uproar of clapping interrupted your meal. That happened in the gym right before this, actually. And we never found out what you were clapping for. Long story short, this was our last normal year of high school, yet it was one filled with growth, laughter, and learning the periodic table. Junior year, we went to football games as the cool upperclassmen, won powder puff and class comm, which was a pretty good time, and danced our hearts out at homecoming. Then we naively went on a 2-week break that turned quickly into the end of our junior year. I know none of us want to relive that, but can I just say that time did show us how much we relied on each other to succeed in the classroom and to make unforgettable memories. We suffered through online AP exams and left many of our teachers in empty Google Meets. But fortunately for us, that year was not the end of our high school story. Now we have arrived at senior year and nobody knows what to expect. But I think we all can agree that we were fortunate to have the year that we did. We started the year doing half online school and came to the realization that we all had severely short attention spans and that we strongly disliked turning our cameras on. Our poor teachers have probably never seen our whole faces until today. But luckily enough, things turned around for the better. Almost all sports got to play in all 3 seasons. Most of us went back to school fully in person. We had an amazing prom. We got to go to our class picnic. And we have the privilege of being right here today to celebrate all that we have accomplished. And I think that is the biggest blessing in itself. As I asked some of our teachers for words to describe our class, I think it is safe to say that we definitely kept things pretty interesting during our time at PHS. We were remembered as, quote, fun, amazing, wonderful, and enjoyable, as well as resilient in some of our teachers' most memorable classes. Whether you're creating pottery, playing in the band, taking challenging courses, playing a sport, acting on stage, or simply just showing up to school every day, we have been a class that has defied all of the odds in terms of success through unimaginable circumstances and I want every one of you to be encouraged by that. If our 4 years at Plainville High have taught us anything, it is how to persevere and to beat the odds. People don't expect a lot from us coming from a small town, but it is clear that we do not let those expectations restrict us from reaching our goals. The boys' soccer team won the state championship. Our class beat the rest of the school in class comm and beat the seniors in powder puff. We came back fully in person by mid-October this year, and we are here graduating high school during a pandemic. There was without a doubt a couple hundred times that we wanted to quit, wanted to let off the gas, wanted to let the excuses take control, but we didn't let that happen. As Joey Tribbiani once said, "You can't just give up. Is that what a dinosaur would do?" I was really hoping I wouldn't mess that up. I think Friends got a lot of us through some rough times this year. But the message is there. In whatever you do it with everything you have, and don't give up until you have reached your aspirations. Don't ever let other people limit your potential, because you are the only one that knows what you are capable of. Whether you are off to college, to the military, to work, or to taking time off, find something that gives you purpose. Find what makes you excited to wake up every morning and pursue that with all of your heart. We all have different paths, different trials and roadblocks in our lives, but we all ended up here today together, ready to take on this next step in our lives. Remember all that you have endured already and all that you have accomplished, and continue to persevere through everything that comes your way, remembering to enjoy the journey. Whatever you do next is not going to be easy or flawless. It will likely get confusing and difficult along the way. But remember that you have a purpose, and everything that you go through is shaping you into the person you are meant to be. Make goals for yourself and hold on to them, and don't let go. Persevere until you achieve them. Each of us individually and collectively has experienced so many highs and lows throughout our high school years, and I can confidently say that we are all more than prepared to achieve amazing things. Class of 2021, it's been real. I wish you all the very, very best in everything you do. Thank you.
Please welcome Mr. Jonathan Coe and Mrs. Jennifer DiLorenzo, Assistant Principals of Plainville High School, to present the graduates of the class of 2021.
Kayla Marie Liz. Catherine Ann Gorko. Daryl Joseph Gornall. Jenna Rose Adamick. Gabriel Joseph Aguilera. Justin C. Alexander. Derek Arduini. Tyler Michael Babowitz. Kyle Matthew Bedorick. Ashley Margaret Vance. Ryan J. Barker. Brandon Paul Barrett. Brianna Kathleen Bartley. Jaden Barton. Delaney Rose Beausoleil. Alexander S. Bellew Hunt. Jada R. Benson. Janelle S. Benson. Justin Lawrence Berry. Isabel Ann Berube.
Leonardo D. Betancourt. Andrew Paul Blake. Colin J. Blank. Tyler John Bonney. R.J. Bradley. Christopher Jacob Rojic. Malachi Brown. Jeremy J. Buckley. Tanner Ryan Callahan. Anthony J. Cardoso. Matthew Stephen Cavallari. Dante James Chambrello. Dominic Anthony Chambrello. Aaliyah M. Chapman, presented by her mother, Stacy Lipsky, paraprofessional at PHS. Alexis Charbonneau. Caitlin Alexis Charest. Matthew Ryan Cinchetti. Eunice Coelho Sauceda. Christian Robert Collin.
Darius D. Correa. Jeremy Cortar. Christopher Couture, presented by his father, Chris Couture, math teacher at MSP, and Tom Arcari, PHS tutor. Onelia A. Cowie. Daisy Chanel Cruz Lopez. Jaden Tyler Cumbo. Carolina Olivia Swalina. Vincent Stephen Dashikevitz. Gabriella Grace DiGregorio. Jacob Matthew Demmons. Jaden Anthony DeRozier. Jacob Carlton DeShane. Lindsay Marie DeTola. Alexander Daniel Dubé. Tiana Antoinette Durham. Xavier Michael Estevez. Joshua Christopher Fontaine. Elijah David Frechette. Caitlin Madison Gagnon. Cassidy Morgan Gagnon.
Jamie Lewis Garcia. Rachel E. Gome. Elena Marie Gernal. Patrick Greg Gruszewski. Lauren Ashley Guadarrama, presented by her mother, Kaylin Guadarrama, PHS World Language Instructional Leader. Nancy Judith Gutierrez. Marcelena Rosalia Hollis. Dylan Hall. Guillermo Hernandez. Wyatt Raymond Hitchcock. Skylar Mackenzie Ibitz. Tyshawn Kendall Johnson. Corey Teresa Jones. Talia Christina Kilby. Alexandra Konechek. Evan Dennis Kordick. Matthew David Lagasse. Andrew Michael Laprise. Bo Mason Lasher.
William John Loria. Anthony John Lestini. Paige Kathleen Levesque. Emma K. Luco. Lindsay Lopez. Nathan Matthew Lyman. Heather Meyer. Caleb Christopher Malone. Mara Leanne Malone. Tyler R. Marandino. Adrian Marcos. Sarah Beth M. Marinelli. Kaylee Corrine Markovich. Nathan Leo Masco. Loren Cristal Mateo. Sabrina Leanne Matthews. Thomas Vincent McCarthy. Lauren Elizabeth Medina. Joseph Robert McCulloch. Amy Jocelyn Mishu.
Jacob Brooks Malloy. Daniel Ninowski. Alan John Nilsson. Alexander Obrusnik. Courtney Taylor Olette. Sydney Ann Ouellette. Dominic F. Palaya. Javon Jacob Paradis. Xavier Franklin Pastor. Bhavya Patel. Aiden Scott Payne. Brandon Scott Paznokos. Kayla Raquel Pasego. Hannah Elizabeth Peck. Ethan Gilberto Perez Chamberlain. Lenroy Anthony Pickersgill. Claudia Maria Pershinsky. Caitlin Marie Quilter, presented by her aunt Stephanie Turbett, 6th grade teacher at MSP. Alicia Lynn Quirian.
Tanner Joseph Rao. Tucker William Rao. Olivia Grace Restelli. Corey A. Rexiner McConnell. Abigail Time Rich. Jeremy Michael Reardon. Lex Theodore Roberts. Akira Marie Rodriguez. Ariana Carlene Roman. Alexander Nicholas Rosado. Tiandre A. Ross. Julia Ruskowski. Annie J. Rue. Noah F. Roy, presented by her mother, Christina Roy, mathematics teacher at PHS. Benjamin Andre Royce, presented by his mother, Teresa Royce, parent educator for Plainville Family Resource Network. Azaria Monet Sainez. Isabella J. Sempiri. Layla Sidami. Valerie Amber Simino. Michael Smith.
Mackenzie Anissa Lee Snell. Naya Sardanovic. Brady David Stevens. Tessa Moore Susko, presented by her aunt Michaela Welch, preschool teacher at Wheeler School. Andrew J. Shmula. Bianca Julia Tallarico. Jordan Marie Tompkins. Vanessa Dorothy Tominska. Olivia Sage Unwin. Asia Kiana Vargas. Jada Christine Vasquez. Nicholas Antonio Vasquez. Kyle Robert Voisin. Mitchell John Williams. Andrew David Wojcik. Colby Barron Wright. Reagan Elizabeth Young. Yohiza T. Zenon.
Good evening, everyone. Traditionally, I do not give a speech to the graduating class. When I became principal, I began a tradition of the students electing a graduation speaker in place of the principal. The reason for this was to give our students a voice in who speaks to them tonight. However, after this year, I am compelled to say something brief to this class, our teachers, and to our community. I'm going off script here, so someone check on Mr. LePage. Okay. To the teachers at Plainville High School and across our district, I want to thank you for your tireless efforts this year under incredibly challenging circumstances to fulfill our duty to our students. I will forever be proud of our efforts this year to meet the needs of our students and help them find success even during this challenging year. To our community, I can only say thank you. Throughout this year, when I told people I was principal of a high school, the common refrain was, "That has to be impossible this year." My response always was, "Not in Plainville." This school is surrounded by an incredible community of families, friends of the schools, businesses, and townspeople who make this such a special place. I will forever be honored to be a small piece of this community and be able to say I am principal of Plainville High School. Finally, to our students here tonight, the class of 2021. Thank you for being the leaders you have been all year. We have asked much of you this year, and you have had to endure loss that was no fault of your own. Throughout all of this, your character as individuals has always shown through. All you have shown me this year is that we have much to look forward to in our community as your time here at PHS comes to a close and you stand ready to become the next leaders of our community. I will forever be indebted to you for what you allowed us to accomplish this year. Before I move on, I would also like to recognize two individuals tonight who are retiring after many years of service to the Plainville Community Schools. Mrs. Lynn LeGoik, principal of Toflawn Elementary School, and Mr. Matthew Garino, principal of the Middle School Plainville. At this time, as is the tradition at Plainville High School, I would like to take a moment to honor members of the class of 2021 who have made a decision to serve our country in the military. I ask that you please stand. Tyler Babowitz, who will be joining the U.S. Navy. Matthew Lagasse, who will be joining the U.S. Navy. Nathan Masco, who will be joining the Air National Guard. And Kyle Voisin, who will be joining the U.S. Marines Reserve. In addition, any member of the audience who has served or is serving in the armed forces, we would like to thank you for the past, present, and future service to our country, and I ask that you please stand now. Thank you. Superintendent LePage, Chair Tyrell, Vice Chair St. Lawrence, and members of the Board of Education, I have examined the academic records of the students present this evening, and it is my pleasure to announce that each of them has met the Plainville Community Schools academic and performance standards for graduation. Members of the class of 2021, I am proud of the hard work and dedication that you have shown to make it here today. It is my pleasure to recognize you as graduates of Plainville High School. At this time, please move your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left. Congratulations to the Plainville High School class of 2021. At this time, I ask that our families remain seated. The graduates are going to recess out, and we're going to form an honor corridor of faculty, and they'll join you outside the stadium. Thank you. Penny.
Nice job. It's a nice little night, you know?
Freezing though.
Now it is,
I
yeah.
wish I
For a
brought
while
my
it was,
coat. I know, it was bad for a while.
that wind was bad though.
Yesterday was worse.
My canopy almost took off.
Yeah.